welcome back. I hope we are well. After many requests, I'm going to be talking about my workout regime and what I eat in a week due to the fact that I have lost weight. And it's been quite a transformation, I suppose, and not big thing, but quite like a noticeable, significant change for myself this year. And people are interested in it. So I am going to be talking about weight loss. I am going to be talking about food, exercise. So if these are topics that you don't particularly like or are going to make you feel uncomfortable and uneasy, maybe skip this one. Okay. I would like to disclose just before we start this, just because I feel like I have to, I'm not an expert in fitness and in nutrition. I just take guidance from people that I know that are experts. So don't be just be known that this is my personal experience, and I don't want people to come to me for advice on fitness and nutrition because it's not my field of expertise. So I'm just sharing my experience with you on what I eat and how I work out, just because people took an interest in it after my weight loss. They just wanted to know what my lifestyle looks like. So I am sharing that with you. So this is what works for me and me personally. And so either don't be like, oh, that's the way I've got to do my life now. And also don't be judgmental on the way that I am living my life, because this works for me. And I know what I'm doing because I have people around me that know what they're doing, therefore are always giving me advice and tips and pointers and stuff like that. So just because it might not be the way that some people choose to do things or what they're used to or accustomed to does not mean that it is wrong. We're all different. So I just thought I had to add that as a little caveat, as a little disclaimer before we start going, because this is the internet. I've lost I'm 3 or 4 pounds off losing 3 stone. I started this year in January at 13 stone, and now I am at 10 stone 3, and I'm feeling very good in myself and in my body, and it's been a real mental test more than anything, because I wanted to prove that I could do something, not get bored, not get sidetracked. It's taken a lot of self-control and discipline, I suppose, because I think things like this, it's all in the mind, and I really wanted to do it. I wanted to have a go at doing something and stick to it. I think that was the main thing. Wouldn't say I was super unhappy with my old body or my old self. I guess I just didn't feel good. That's it. My body didn't feel good. I wanted to make some changes, and so I did. That is that. I just wanted to make some changes to myself. So I did. So the week that we're going to be looking at was last week. I guess you could say it was a varied week with different meals, exercising every day. This is typically what I eat week to week. I stick around 1,400 calories, have a little bit more leniency over the weekends. And if there's anything happening socially, I suppose, randomly, but I do like to keep within a 1,400 calorie deficit. I am maintaining my weight, but my goal, I am looking to hit the 3 stone mark and just come out underneath 10 stone. So I want to be a late 9 stoner / hit 10 stone. That's my goal. Without further ado, this is what I ate last week and how I moved my body. Monday mornings are a real killer for getting up at 6 a.m. Every morning, I make myself an espresso, shot of coffee, and I drink that in the car en route to boot camp. So I boot camped Monday morning. I boot camp every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 6:30 a.m. And at my boot camp, it is group exercise with a PT. It does vary every single time. At standard boot camp, there will be various different exercises, usually 8 to 12. And you will do that exercise for 30 or 40 seconds and then move on to the next one. So it could be anything like doing squat jumps for 40 seconds, and then you move on to doing bicep curls, then you move on to doing rope slams, and you do the circuit, and then you have a little break, and then you do it again, you have a little break, and you do it again. So you are doing a variety of different exercises for your whole body, which has been set out by a personal trainer, and it is great. And I love going to boot camp because I get up in the morning, I'm sociable, I'm seeing faces, and I'm getting my exercise done and out of the way, and I feel good. It's a good start to my day. So then on a Monday, I also do kickboxing. This was something that I started like halfway through the year. I really wanted to get into kickboxing. I used to do it when I was a kid. When I was like 11 years old, I was doing kickboxing and I really enjoyed it. And I've been wanting to get into kickboxing for so long, and I finally bit the bullet and I did it. So on a Monday morning, I also do kickboxing, and it is just doing various different combinations for an hour, just punching and kicking. And then at the end of the session, I will do something like high intensity sort of stuff where it's like punching the bag for a minute or doing some like ridiculous like running thing or going on the air bike. But I do it and I love it. I go from boot camp straight to kickboxing and I am done. That is my exercise of Monday done, and I feel fucking excellent afterwards, and I'm ready to I've got the energy for it and I love it. Boxing is just such a good reliever of all the tension and everything. It just feels great. So for breakfast, I had overnight oats every single morning this week. I will be showing you how I make my overnight oats shortly. So I had my overnight oats and then I went and walked the dogs. I normally do about a 3 to 4 kilometer walk with the dogs most mornings. Sometimes I will do a shorter walk, but I like to keep it around the 3 to 4K mark, just around the park. Gives them a good run around and again gets the heart going, and I just love being outside. So for me, I'm just listening to my music and I'm just having a lovely time. Next up for lunch, so I was working from home this week because I was dog sitting, so I had a bit more flexibility when it came to like meals and meal planning, and I was cooking for me and I was also cooking for my boyfriend. So I made a prawn stir fry. So I just got some frozen prawns, chucked them in a pan, then I added my stir fry vegetables and the sauce of choice. I serve these with rice noodles. They're just a bit lighter, I suppose, than like egg noodles. And I just get the stir fry stuff, other than the protein or whatever you're putting in extra, just from the stir fry prepared veg section in the supermarket. And then it's normally on offer. So I just get the sauce, the veg and the rice, and they're normally like together. Even there's a deal going on, they're just all next to each other. So it's nice and easy. And it only takes like 10 minutes to sort out. So it's good and it's delicious. My afternoon snack was an Aero mint bubble. I usually have that with a cup of tea or a coffee. Delightful. And then for dinner we had this spinach and ricotta topped chicken thing, which was really, really nice, and I served that up with some mini jacket potatoes, which had like a garlicky butter thing in it, and some microwave steam veg. My freezer is full of steam veg bags because they're a lifesaver. They're just, if you want a quick dinner and you just want like chicken or fish with some rice, like all of that with steam veg just takes like 15 minutes to do. It's brilliant. So steam veg are my go-to, are my saviour. After dinner, I did the overnight oats. I take a jar of sorts. You can use a bowl, you can use anything, a vessel that holds liquid and food. I mean, I used to measure out 50 grams, but I actually have a spoon that is the perfect measurement for 50 grams of oats. Chuck them in. Milk of choice. I go for coconut milk and I top it up just so it's just above the level of the oats. I squeeze in some fruit syrup. It's called Sweet Freedom, the stuff, and they come in various different flavors. I just went for the plain like syrupy one, but I have a hazelnut one, I have a chocolate one, I have a chocolate orange one. It's amazing stuff. And then I top with fruit. So frozen raspberries was the fruit of choice for this time round. And then once we've had our dinner, give it an hour, and I've got those sweet cravings, so I always have a mini magnum at around 8 p.m. It's like my thing. 8 p.m. on the dot, mini magnum, here we go. That's my thing. Usually with a cup of tea as well. Tuesday. So boot camp again. Today was Torture Tuesday. So this was a group workout. And this is basically where you're in teams and it gives the amount of reps or calories or meters that you need to do with your exercise, and you work as a team to plow through all of those. So it usually means per person, you'll end up doing 50 burpees each, 50 press ups, 50 squat jumps, and then like 100 rope slams, 1,000 meters on the rower, all of these things. And you just have to get through this list together as a team. I call it Torture Tuesday because it is non-stop and it's difficult, but I love it. I feel proper pumped by the end of it, and I love the whole notion of teamwork, and you feel like, yeah, I did a lot today. So I always come out of there feeling really chuffed and happy and groovy, baby. Overnight oats obviously come out, and I actually sprinkled some crunchy nut granola on the top because it just adds a little bit of crunch and a bit of sweetness and a bit more texture to it. That is my little thing. Sprinkling granola on top of overnight oats is Sensational. So for lunch, I got these little bowl pots. These are brilliant for a quick lunch. If you're on the go or you just don't have anything prepared, just chuck them in the microwave for like 3 minutes, leave them to stand, give them another minute, boom, they're great. Really nice lunch, very hearty and lovely. And if you're still a bit hungry, you could always do a little slice of toast of it or a little packet of crisps or something. That is what we had for our lunch. Delicious. This time I also prepared dinner. So I was doing a chili. So I did it in the slow cooker. And for my chili, I use corn mince, chopped tomatoes, kidney beans, and I chop up a red onion. And I put that in the slow cooker together. And then I mix in like a chili sachet, flavor sachet, chuck it in there, put it on low, and then let it do its thing. I also wanted to throw in there like beverages, like what I drink throughout the day. So obviously I drink coffee and stuff because I fucking love coffee. It's my rocket fuel. It keeps me sane. It keeps me like my head intact, my ADHD brain, it just needs it. But the Soda Stream, I've brought it back into my life. So I drink a lot of water and squash. But fizzy water, oh my God, just elevates it. So the Soda Stream is back in business. I got a new canister. So I've been using the Soda Stream so much recently for making fizzy squash. And it's just been fucking great. So squash, fizzy water, fantastic. I'm hydrated. My mouth has had the sensation that I want, that lovely fizzy thing. Just, it's all about this. It's all about. So when I served up dinner, I did it with some microwave rice, and I also got some proper chips in sea salt, the lentil chips, and I served up the chili with a little bit of sour cream on top, and that was our dinner. It was gorgeous, delicious, and there was lots of textures and crunches and flavors, and it was just wonderful. This Wednesday, I slept through my snooze basically. Normally on a Wednesday, I go to a different boxing club, like boxing, men and punch bags. And there's lots of men, and I'm one of the only female, and but they're lovely boys. And I do boxing, and it's hard. It's so hard. It's really a good workout. Then I have an hour in between that, and I go to PT. But I slept through my snooze, so I didn't make it to boxing that week. So I did go to PT anyway, and I work with my friend Kat, who is my personal trainer as well, and we just do various different exercises. There's a lot of different things, like where it's weightlifting or a little bit of cardio. We just do a mixture of like body, like the whole body. I don't know. Wow, she making me do a various different things on this day, and I just remember leaving thinking, fucking hell, mate, oh my God, go easy on me. Get home, have my porridge. Then for lunch, I was making my kebab bowl thing. I start off by putting oil in a pan. I fry up some onions and some vegan shawarma stuff. It's this stuff. It's brilliant. They do various different types. Vegan shawarma, Greek style kebab stuff, bacon. Brilliant. Then I get my chopper, which is the best thing I ever bought off Amazon. And I chop up some onion, some tomato and some cucumber and make together like this like salady thing. And I serve it up with salad leaves and a pitta. And you can put on some tzatziki. Sometimes I put peronaise on it, garlic sauce, whatever. But whatever sort of sauce of choice that you like. Tzatziki is great, but it was I had some in the fridge, but it had been open for a while and we were scared of it, so we didn't use that. Then it's time to put the kettle on, make a coffee and have a Galaxy Ripple as my little afternoon snack. Bloody love a Ripple. Dairy milk or Galaxy chocolate? What is your favourite? For dinner, I had this Mediterranean-style chicken meatball bake, which basically had like Mediterranean veg and a bit of feta and tomato sauce with a tray of Mediterranean vegetables. You get them from the pre-chopped places in the supermarket. I also then chopped up some potatoes, chucked them in a bowl, some oil, salt and pepper, garlic powder, all that jazz, and I chucked them in the air fryer. Served it up in this lovely bowl, and it was beautiful, it was hearty, it was delicious, it was fresh, it was full of flavour. I also had enough vegetables left over, which I put in a Tupperware to have with lunch the next day. Thursday, so at 6:30 a.m. I went to boot camp and we had a strength session. So strength session is like an open gym style thing, except the workouts are put on a board and you just go do them. So I was doing various different squats, deadlifting, etc. They tell you how many reps to do, all of that. But it's down to you what weight you want to do and stuff like that. That's down to you. So it's more like it's like a guided open gym. So I do like a strength session. It also means that we natter a lot and we chat a lot. And also James makes us all coffee. So it does almost become like a coffee club at the same time. But I ended up doing 100 squats. So I did burn the next day. It was pretty wild. Breakfast was my overnight oats. I had blueberries in these ones. Mixing it up a bit. For lunch, I made salmon, rice, and I served it with my leftover vegetables from the night before. And with the other salmon that I had, And the rest of the rice packet, I just put it in the fridge to have for the next day's lunch. So just carrying it on. My boyfriend wasn't with me at this point. He was at home. So I was just cooking for me. But in the evening, I had a friend coming over for dinner, and I said that I would do us a vegetarian curry. So this can be done in the slow cooker. I normally do it in the slow cooker, but I didn't have any coconut milk, which is an essential ingredient. So he brought the coconut milk over to mine, so I had to just cook it there and then. So in this, we have got sweet potato, chickpeas, chopped tomatoes, coconut milk, curry powders, and chopped garlic, and I put in a bay leaf, and I just cooked it all together in a pan. I did give the potatoes a bit of a head start in the air fryer, so they were soft, and then I chucked it all in a pan together, and I just let it simmer and reduce into this lovely curry. So I served the curry up with a couple of rotis. I also got some mini poppadoms in like a crisp packet, and I had a little trio dip to dip them in, so we were eating that whilst the curry was cooking. And then I served it up with pillar rice, and that was that. This is the finished product. It was delicious. For desserts / treat was a Colin caterpillar face, because I've not seen them in a while, and I saw them and was like, oh God, Colin. I'm obsessed with Colin the caterpillar. So I got us both a Colin. I also played piano for him. He was asking me to play songs. I tried my best. Friday was boot camp. This was just a standard boot camp. It's very fun. We're playing Jenga.
You're just playing Jenga, and whatever's on the brick you have to do.
20 high knees. Okay, I'm just going to stop when you all stop because I wasn't paying attention.
Just getting them angles. Oh. 5 burpees.
5 burpees.
Where do I put it?
On the top.
I'm not playing Jenga.
This is fun, isn't it?
So fun.
So fun. Go on, Tara. 10 squat jumps. So at the end of boot camps, we often have games or finishers, as we like to call them, which are usually games which involve exercise. So today it is Jenga with exercise. I actually was naughty and skipped breakfast because as soon as I got back from boot camp, I walked the dogs and then I was in declutter mode and my ADHD brain was just like, go! And I totally forgot to eat because I'm a bad person. But so when it came to lunchtime, I had my leftover salmon, rice, and a pack of steamed veg. Told you, they come in handy. 3 or 4 minutes in the microwave. Done. And then for dinner, because it was Friday night, I had pizza. Now, Sainsbury's do these amazing low-calorie pizzas. This was like 400 odd calories for a whole pizza. And they do a few other flavours. But low-calorie pizza, it was a chicken pesto one. And I served that up with a chopped salad. Leaves in. I put up my chopped up tomato, onion and cucumber mix that I do in my chopper. Added in some avocado and I put in some Caesar dressing. I also opened a can of Corona tropical stuff. It's basically Corona's version of seltzer. And seltzer's like 90 calories a can. And that was my dinner. That was the dinner. It was great. Saturday. I actually went to Saturday morning boot camp at 9:30 on a Saturday and it's like box fit. So it's boxing incorporated exercises. For my Saturday morning breakfast, I made egg bagels, put in my salt and pepper, and I made like a scrambly, eggy, omelette-y sort of thing. I buttered up a bagel and I just plonked it on, and then I had a bit of Leon ketchup as well. Leon ketchup is the tits. It's amazing. And it was a glorious Saturday morning breakfast. We were out all day, so I didn't really eat a proper lunch. I had these Marmite things in the car, and I also had various snacks in the car. I just sort of snacked my way through Saturday day. We were just busy. We were just out all day. Didn't really eat properly. I was just snacking and picking. I was just picking at things. But for dinner, I made wraps. So I started off with chopping up some potatoes into chips, little bit of oil on them, salt and pepper, and I chucked them in the air fryer. Cut up some chicken breast, added some Nando's peri rub. In a tortilla, I'll put on a little bit of mayonnaise, some shredded lettuce and some tomato. Cooked the chicken up in a pan, and then I served it with the chippies and some sweet corn. I fucking love sweet corn. That night we had a Ferrero Rocher ice cream for pudding. Fucking hell. They're next level. And Sunday we went out for brunch. We were up quite late, slept in, as you do. It's Sunday, so we went out for brunch. I went to Cafe 33, which is in Norwich. It is one of the best brunch places in town. I had the chorizo hash, which compromises of chopped up potato, chorizo, an egg, tomato, artichoke, mushrooms, celery, and then like sauce, like stuff in it to give it flavour. We also had toast on the table and some halloumi on the table, and that was us. And I was full from that, so full from that the rest of the day. So I didn't eat until dinner time, to which we had fish wraps. I love wraps, just fucking love a wrap. So I got these frozen fish things, gastro, lemon and whatever, tempura, lemon things, fish things, chuck them in the air fryer. I then put tartar sauce on a tortilla, on a wrap. Tartar sauce is just, so good. I could easily eat a jar of tartar sauce in one sitting. Easily. Just love it. But I didn't. I restrained myself. Put a bit of shredded lettuce on there, little bit of chopped tomato, chopped up onion, and then I served that with little chopped up little bits of potato that I cooked in the air fryer as well. And then I finished up with another Ferrero Rocher ice cream, because they're the tits, they're the bee's knees, they're amazing. So that is my week of food and exercise. I don't know whether it looks like that's a lot of food or not a lot of food, but that's how much I eat, and that's how much I eat. I'm satisfied after that. I do feel hungry when it comes to dinner time, but you should. I drink a lot of water, a lot of coffee, but that's me. That's that's a typical week for me, I suppose. That's what you asked for. This is what I have delivered. Obviously, don't be going to random YouTubers for nutritional advice unless they are actually, qualified. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was at all useful, or got some ideas for meals at least. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Farewell.